All right. Hi, everyone. I hope you all are doing well and that your semester is off to a great start so far. My name is Catherine Schwarzentraub. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the General Advisor here in the Office of International Affairs. And today I am here to talk to you about our session, Your Journey as a Global Terp. So just to get things started, many people, when they're thinking of UMD, they typically associate our campus with the beautiful locations we have in College Park and Shady Grove, but our reach is completely global. And your fellow Terps are living and learning from places across Maryland, across the country, and even around the world. So today in our session, I am here to talk about how wherever you are physically, you can engage globally, learn important skills, and make a difference in the world. And as a Terp, you have access to a variety of opportunities to think beyond your borders. And in particular, as public health students, I know that many of you are passionate about the big challenges that are facing our world today, things like social justice, climate change, and public health, just to name a few. And the Office of International Affairs is here to help you grow as a global change maker and to gain these different professional advantages during your time here at Maryland. So during our session today, you're going to have the opportunity to do a couple different things. So to reflect on how increasingly global we are at Maryland and to consider how you can play a part, to learn about how the UN Sustainable Development Goals will help us understand the global issues that we face, to gain insights into what opportunities are available to you here on campus and also within the School of Public Health, and also to dive a little bit deeper into two of our signature international education opportunities. So that being global classrooms and education abroad, which can help you get this hands-on experience addressing the world's greatest challenges. So UMD strives to be one of the most globally connected universities in the world, and we engage globally through our students, our research, and our teaching. So I always like to kind of put this in perspective by sharing these different facts that we have here on the screen, because I think it really kind of hits home with that point of being a global campus. So each year, Maryland welcomes over 4,500 international students to our campus, in addition to about 1,500 research scholars. We have over 130 countries that are represented in UMD student body. We have over 170 active partnerships across the globe. And when it comes to study abroad, 23% of Maryland students, which is twice the national average, study abroad before graduation on one of Education Abroad's programs. So on one of these over 400 programs to over 70 countries. Nearly half of Maryland's deans over the past decade have been born outside the US. And lastly, as a member of U21, Maryland has research ties to over 27 universities across the globe. So needless to say, I definitely think we can call ourselves a global campus. So beyond our global campus, our world is increasingly interconnected and diverse. So if we think back earlier this year in February, as we watched the spread of coronavirus move from a food market in Wuhan, China, to small cities in northern Italy, and then eventually making its way here to the United States. And also in the last 20 years, when it comes to airline passenger traffic and just global trade in general, it's more than doubled. And while these are all possibly challenges, especially that we're addressing this year, there's also countless benefits to this interconnectedness. You know, things like access to new cultures, increased technological advances, as well as a significant decrease in global poverty. So let's pause here for a second to think of all the ways that we're globally connected. Perhaps you or your family was born outside the US. Maybe you've traveled or hope to travel outside the United States. Perhaps you follow someone on social media who's based in another country or read books from non-American authors. I know personally, I love to follow a lot of creators on YouTube who are making videos from countries across the globe and even talking about topics that are kind of different from American culture. There really are countless number of ways that we interact on a global scale every day, from the food we eat and even to the brands that we buy. So you might be thinking that, you know, travel is all well and good, but when I'm here at Maryland, I want to get the skills that I need for a good job after graduation. And participating in an international education opportunity will promote new perspectives, ideas, relationships, and understanding your place in the world. And all of these experiences give you an advantage in the job market and along throughout your career after graduation. So let's take a quick moment to look at your global future after graduation and some of the components that might entail. So here in Maryland, 8 out of the 10 top organizations are multinational. And in addition to that, 91% of employers are wanting students to be skilled in solving problems with people whose views differ from their own. And lastly, 78% of employers say that all students should gain an understanding of societies and countries outside of the US. So OIA hopes to foster opportunities that are going to impart a distinct professional advantage upon graduation. So an experience that I like to share is that when I studied abroad as an undergrad, I was able to participate in an internship as a part of my program. So this was a really great way to gain an international work experience and an environment with local professionals as well as international professionals, and to also build on these hands-on skills that employers are looking for. So after graduation, I definitely knew that I had international experiences and skills that would help me stand apart when it came to applying for a job or even graduate school down the road. And through participation in global programs, just like I mentioned, you're going to gain skills that will help you throughout your college career and your time after graduation, such as cross-cultural communication, adaptability, creativity, self-reliance, understanding global issues, and collaboration with people from other cultures. So Natalie here is a fellow public health student who studied abroad in India during one of our short-term faculty-led programs. And while in India, her class focused on learning about the public health system there and also helped ignite her interest in global health and shape a potential career path after her undergraduate studies. So you were admitted to the University of Maryland because we saw potential within you to be a leader who makes a difference in the world. And as Terps, we challenge you to think about your impact here in Maryland and what opportunities you might pursue to do good. And I'm going to show you some ways that we can start doing that, even as we are connecting here in this virtual space. So first, let's dive a little bit deeper in what it means to do good in the world. And one tool that we use here at Maryland to talk about making a difference globally are the UN Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the SDGs. And these SDGs are a blueprint which we can use to achieve a better and more sustainable future by the year 2030. So I'm going to roll this quick video, which will dive a little bit deeper into what this initiative is all about.
The United Nations General Assembly was the scene of a celebration in 2015, when 193 member countries adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, a unanimous commitment to end poverty, fight inequality, and tackle climate change.
We need action from everyone, everywhere. 17 Sustainable Development Goals are our guide. They are a to-do list for people and planet, and the blueprint for success.
The SDGs are an agenda to balance human prosperity with protecting the planet.
Imagine there's no countries.
UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Shakira asked global leaders to imagine a world where we achieve the goals by 2030. While fellow UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Angelique Kidjo underscored a focus on Africa and developing countries. But the universal agenda is important to all nations, as leaders from developed countries also pledged to make the goals a reality.
Poverty, growing inequality exists in all of our nations, and all of our nations have work to do, and that includes here in the United States. And that's why today I am committing the United States to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
The Sustainable Development Goals build on the success of another 15-year plan. Created in the year 2000, the Millennium Development Goals sunset at the end of 2015. The MDGs halved extreme poverty, achieved equal primary education for girls and boys, and dropped HIV infection by 40%, among many successes. The SDGs go beyond the MDGs by improving the lives of everyone, everywhere, and create a better world for future generations.
Today, we are 193 young people representing billions more.
The youngest Nobel Peace Laureate, Malala, calls on world leaders to keep their promise to every child.
Each lantern we hold represents the hope we have for our future because of the commitments you have made to the global goals.
And Pope Francis advised world leaders to put humanity and the environment over politics.
Los gobernantes han de hacer todo lo posible a fin de que todos puedan tener la mínima base material y espiritual para ejercer su dignidad y para formar y mantener una familia.
193 nations unanimously committed to the Sustainable Development Goals.
It is so decided.
But the journey starts here. Now's the time to take global action for local results and move our people and planet towards a sustainable future.
All right. So in OIA, we are often focusing on opportunities abroad, but we also can engage in global work towards the SDGs right here in our own backyard. And so as you can see here on the screen, consider how these different global issues are felt in your local communities. And notably, your current college experience is unlike any other one in the history of the university. And in addition to attending your college courses online, you're also witnessing a really pivotal social justice movement in US history. So you might already be involved in various forms of activism, whether that be signing petitions, participating in marches, sharing information on social media, getting out there to vote, to bring greater awareness to some of these great challenges. So now it is time to lay the foundation for contributing to progress in these important goals. And doing so will enhance your professional opportunities and also your sense of purpose on top of that. And we are here to help you start that journey. So in OIA, we are working to develop new international programming to support your global learning and ultimately our collective capacity to build a better future. And in particular, as students in the School of Public Health, you might really be interested in SDG number 3, which is all about good health and well-being. And in a moment, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into some OIA programming that aligns specifically with SDG 3, so you can contribute to this global goal during your time at Maryland. All right, but first, I want to mention how you can stay global here at campus. And also, there are countless ways that you can get access to international education skills and contribute to these important global goals through programs, courses, organizations, clubs, events, and more. So these are all the different opportunities, or just kind of scratching the surface that you can see here in this word cloud on the screen. There really is no limit to the amount of global opportunities that you can participate in at Maryland, and we encourage you to take advantage of as many as possible. And to narrow it down, I'm just going to talk about 2 of them today, the global classrooms and education abroad. So whether you're helping to advance healthcare in Egypt, design agricultural technology in Liberia, or create an AI language app in Ecuador, our global classrooms empower you to have a global impact without leaving home. And these innovative global classrooms enable you to collaborate with classmates, faculty, and communities from over 25 of our partner universities around the world, working on virtual project-based coursework that addresses global challenges. And if you are thinking of contributing to the UN's goal of achieving good health and well-being, that SDG 3 by 2030, perhaps you might want to consider registering for our Global Classrooms course, which is titled Assisted Reproductive Law and Policy in the US and Brazil. So in this course, UMD and Brazilian students are collaborating to develop proposals for assisted reproduction legislation, while considering impacts of racial, socioeconomic, and gender disparities, as well as ableism and religion in these 2 countries. But in addition to that, our global classrooms experience can range from a short one-class interaction to an interaction that lasts for the full semester in one of our spring or fall courses. And these opportunities can help you not only grow your network internationally, but also to make a real world impact right here sitting at your computer. And you can connect in these global classrooms as early as this upcoming winter term. So we'll have our winter and spring global classrooms listed shortly on our website, and they're open for registration on Testudo as well. So next time you're chatting with your academic advisor, think about connecting with them to participate in a global classroom to see how that could be worked into your academic plan here at UMD. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what our winter courses are, what our upcoming spring opportunities are, you can find out more information at go.umd.edu/GCI. So I wanted to share a quick student testimonial here on the screen from a student who participated in a global classrooms course and who studied global food safety issues in Bangladesh through their course. So they noted that it was a great introduction to a new culture that has taught us to be more aware and sensitive to others' cultures and ideas. It provided a platform for communication, critical thinking, and concern for global food safety issues. All right, so now let's transition a little bit from our global classrooms opportunities to thinking about education abroad. And when you study abroad, the world truly is your classroom, and our study abroad programs provide an opportunity for students to live in different countries, engaging in culturally immersive experiences, all while earning academic credit. And through these experiences in your classrooms, exploring your new surroundings, you're going to have the opportunity to step outside your comfort zone and develop your independence and self-sufficiency, all while exploring new perspectives, ideas, relationships, and ways of understanding the world. And to expand on all of that information that you're learning in the classroom, and as you're learning more about the local culture, our programs are also going to provide unique learning opportunities like internships, service learning, and field trips as well. So right now, with our travel restrictions in place, the physical mobility of students is stalled, and our study abroad programs are suspended until we can ensure the health and safety of our students. But study abroad will return, and it's never too early to start planning for an experience like this. So education abroad offers over 400 programs in over 70 countries, and we truly believe that we have something for everyone. All students should have the opportunity to study abroad. And that's where us as advisors come in. We work with you to learn about your interests and help you set goals that will define your priorities. From there, we can help you kind of narrow down that extensive list to a map of program options that will align with your academic, personal, and professional goals. And, you know, like I said, while it seems like 400 programs can sound overwhelming, a little bit intimidating, we are here to help you find a program that is going to meet all of your needs and interests. So students in Maryland are typically studying abroad 365 days of the year in our programs. And our program options are taking place during a semester, so during the fall and spring, or even on a full year basis. We also run programs on a short-term basis, which is during the summer, the spring break, and the winter term. And these range from anywhere from a week and a half to 6 weeks. So again, we have a lot of great opportunities for students to get involved with public health on our study abroad programs. And specifically, we actually have programs that align with SDG 3 that we were talking about earlier in our presentation. And we urge you to think about how you can make a difference during your time abroad. So our semester-long programs like USAC Costa Rica allow you to get hands-on experience through field study in health science. Or maybe you want to get involved in an internship in Tanzania in public health communication. If you're maybe looking for one of those short-term opportunities that take place during one of our university breaks, you could compare public health priorities, pragmatics, and polemics, in the US and India over winter term. So Nadia is a student who participated in one of our faculty-led summer programs in Bolivia. And there she had the opportunity to meet with the indigenous community members, as well as leading experts in eco-health, protected areas management, and agroecology, as well as health professionals who provide care in remote areas of the Bolivian Amazon. So one thing that we hear a lot from students is that they believe study abroad is not an option because of the cost. And this is definitely not the case. So we offer a lot of programs that are actually less expensive than a semester here at College Park. And our mission really is to make study abroad more accessible for all UMD students. And did you know that any financial aid or scholarships that you currently have can be applied to a majority of our study abroad programs? EA advisors, as well as the National Scholarships Office, are here to help you pursue any of these outside sources of funding, like the Gilman Scholarship for Pell Grant recipients. If you want to get kind of a full list of scholarship opportunities, you can check out the scholarships page on our website. So here in EA, we are really committed to being inclusive and representative of all students in the UMD community. And your EA advisor is here to help and is ready to discuss topics like social identity and how it impacts and is impacted by study abroad, as well as sharing relevant resources for you. But one of my favorite parts of our website is our Trips Abroad profiles. And these alumni profiles are a great resource to connect with our diverse group of study abroad alumni. So here on our Trips Abroad pages, you can learn more about their experiences and tips and tricks that they have for future study abroad students. You can search by academic college if you want to look for other School of Public Health students, or even social identity to gain insight on what study abroad was like for students with a similar lived experience as you. So once again, we really want to iterate that every Terp is a global Terp. And especially as a public health science major, you can take advantage of our wide network of partnerships and programs to incorporate international education into your Maryland experience. So to start your journey as a global Terp and receive more information from our office and the Office of International Affairs, pull out your phones right now and fill out the QR code at this form below here. You can use your camera to scan it, and you will be able to share your information to connect with our office and get updates on study abroad programming. So thanks again for joining us for this session. Feel free to let us know if you have any other questions about study abroad or to connect with any of our advisors if you want to know how to get the process started. Have a good one.